Oh, hey, you nasty motherfucker. You lucky I didn't even get to talk about that. Hey, real fucking quick. This nasty, trifling, disgusting human being sent me a picture of his dick talking about it was an accident. I totally forgot about that, Vic. And trying to tell me it wasn't what it was. You know what it was, okay?
It wasn't I'm
not saying that you sent it to me on purpose, but dog, you need to be careful. You can't be sending me pictures of your fucking foreskin and then telling me that it was an accident, dog. You know what? Trying to see that, okay?
Okay, hold on. Let me calm down the situation here. Let me bring it down a level or two. One, I didn't send you a dick pic. Two, I can see where you see that, but if you look carefully, it ain't that.
It was two things. It was either your dick or it was your thumb.
I was at the gym, motherfucker.
Yeah, that makes even more sense, dog. That you were at the gym. You were trying to fucking show the Disney to one of these fucking nasty females from Plenty of Fish. You fucked up and you sent it to me by accident, dog. Okay?
Dog.
The only foreskin I'm going to be seeing is mine and when my baby boy is born. I don't need to see another grown man's fucking flaccid foreskin at that, dog.
I'm telling you, I promise. Please believe me.
Shit looking like Arthur, dog. Ain't no one trying to see that shit, you nasty fucking animal.
I ain't trying to send no turtleneck pictures to nobody, dog. I'm telling you.
Fucking pictures of anteaters, dog. I can only see my own, dog. I don't want to see no flaps.
I'm just saying that. It wasn't what it looked like.
It looked like a baby accordion, dog. I didn't want to see that, dog.
Content.
So what's up, man? Coolin', man. You know what I want to hear, right?
What you want to hear?
Baby!
Yo! Episode 59. You know what it is. You now rocking with the best. You could have been anywhere in the world, but you're here with us. That's right. It's the Buffet Boys. We back in the building. It's your boy, the Salvadoran sensation. And as always with me, it's my main man, 100 Grand, the Hotep hustler himself, Mr. 32 Savage, Mr. Kodak Brown, Mr. Stole Your Girl, gave it right back. The best import coming out of Mexico. You know him best as the Dutch Dynamo, Post Malone's #1 fan, and Jimmy Fallon's close #1 fan. My main man Vic. What's poppin', Vic?
What's going on?
They say it's me, dog.
Oh, God. We get this every episode.
Hey, man, listen. If you oop it, you know what I'm going to do. I'm going to Sean Kemp the shit out that, Vic. Come on, man. Anyway, man, what's Gucci, Vic? What's poppin', man? Where's the energy? You sound like a whole hoe out here. What's going on with you today, man?
Whoa! A whole what?
Whole hoe. An entire hoe. Not half a hoe, but a hoe. The whole entire hoe. Okay? And then, listen, the way times are nowadays, it's kind of difficult to get a whole entire hoe. You get half a hoe because she's teeter-tottering in between, do I want to go straight? So. You acting like a whole hoe out here. I don't appreciate it. I need more energy from you.
All right. I'm with it. Man, not much, man. Hey. I'm just ready for this episode 59. Trying to get it cracking. Trying to get it popping. Getting ready to make some moves, Ed.
Ooh, okay. Absolutely. That's indeed correct. Yo, shout out to the UML network. We out here banging.
Yep.
You know what it is. Yo, man, so how was the weekend?
It was good, man. It was I was trying to catch up on some TV, on some TV stuff, but for the most part pretty low key, pretty chill. But man, hey, this show, The Shy, god damn, man, that shit's fire. I cannot stop watching it, man.
Yeah,
episodes
man. I'm hearing great things about that.
Good. You ain't watching it?
I keep hearing. Nah, I haven't gotten into it just yet.
Son.
I will though. I will because listen, as much as I keep hearing about this show, it's like I damn near have to get into it. So I'm going to get into that. But
Okay.
Yeah, listen, man. I have my options open right now. You feel me? I'm single right now because I got wifey telling me to watch the Bates Motel with her, which she's making it seem as it's the best show ever. People are telling me about The Chi. Other people are telling me about Ozarks. People are telling me to start watching Black Mirror again. And this whole 7 seconds. There's a lot of shit going on Netflix, man. And listen, the best thing that I could do is just sit back, relax, and just watch the Marlon Wayans stand up instead. Because I'm gonna keep it 100 with you. That show, it was actually really good. Like, I actually was laughing. Like, it really had me going. Yeah, no joke.
Yeah, I had my finger over the button, and I was like, I don't know if I want to do this to myself.
Nah,
like, to be disappointed, and I don't know, man. But all right. If it's got a good review from you,
you gotta check it out. Right. It's actually pretty funny. It's a lot funnier than anything Monique would put out. How about that?
Oh shit! Hey, but
that's not saying much.
That's not saying a lot. Yeah. But
man.
for sure, you gotta watch The Chi. You gotta catch up on that. Atlanta came back.
Oh shit, that's right. It came out last week. And you know what? I saw it, and I just, for whatever reason, I think it was just late, and I was like, I'll catch up to it. I don't like. This is the one thing I don't like, man. I don't like watching shows, getting really immersed in it, and then I gotta wait till the next week. Yeah, so I'll let it build up a couple shows so I can kind of binge a little bit, you know.
Well, let me just tell you this. This might have been the funniest thing I've seen. What's his name, dog? Little micro pimp. Little micro pimp.
Oh, Cat Williams.
Cat Williams, dog. Hey, this might be one of the funniest things I've seen him in ever.
Word?
And he wasn't supposed to be like super funny, but it was just kind of the role he played. It was by far the best like movie thing I've ever seen him in, or TV show. But
really?
Yo, that shit was fucking. He was Alligator Man.
What, he's all dressed in gators or what?
Nah, cause he has a fucking alligator.
Oh god. Well, don't fuck it up for me. Let me watch it. Don't give it away.
I'll just leave it at that. But the episode,
well, you know what,
was fine,
man? Ever since he cut them finger waves that he had, and he just said you see me get a regular Caesar and a fade. I think he's trying to make a comeback like LL Cool J. So I don't know.
Okay. All right, I'm willing to give him a chance, man.
Yeah. Well, anyway, yo, man, listen. We got a lot of shit to talk about this week. A lot of shit's been going on. We had the Oscars. We had, JayZ out here topping the charts once again, except this time it wasn't for album sales. You feel me? We got a lot of shit, man. New York is out here bugging with their fake ass, wannabe ass barbecue. These fucking Martin and Fresh Prince reboots that they're talking about, man. There's a lot of good things we're gonna talk about this week. So, yo, let's get into it. Yo, your main man, Grandpa Hove, is out here, the #1 top rap artist ever, estimated at $900 million. $900 million. The 900 million man. The guy's $100 million away from topping and hitting a billy.
A billy.
Billy.
Well, this was reported by Forbes, which is, as we all know, very good at reporting financials.
Yeah.
Like, say what you will, like, about the politics, but, you know, hey, something they don't get wrong is money. That's what they're about. So
all they're about.
So $900 million.
Yo.
Young Jovito's way.
Hey, listen, Papa Hove out here is making the moves, man, making moves. And so the top 5 rappers that came out of this, obviously, so Jigga was #1, #2 was Puff, #3 was Dre. And then at the bottom is your main man, Eminem, and my main man, Drizzy, for a tied at 100 million. Yo. Like, what do you think this does, seeing JayZ now at the top of the list? Because forever it was always Dr. Dre, it was always Puff, it was always M, and Birdman was kind of sprinkled in between there. So now that you have JayZ as the, like, literally away from hitting a billy, yo. Like, what does this do now for this new age of hip hop?
I mean, I think what's more important is that with all this consciousness that he's been speaking about all this money, about being wise with money, and about knowing where to put it, I think we need to see him start investing into communities a little more. You know, I mean, I don't want to speak on his money, even though we're speaking on his money, but
hey, now, man, fuck that. When you're making $900 million, people can speak about your fucking money. All right, this ain't like
we need to
this
see.
ain't Julio. This ain't Julio. Like, hey, motherfucker, don't worry about my checks. My checks are coming in. Worry about your bitch.
We need to see a Sean Carter wing to a hospital, or a Sean Carter outpatient center, or school, or some. We need to see that, and not. I mean, you could do it wherever in the world, but we need it here. We need it here as well. I mean, people are very good at being philanthropical. Damn, I didn't even say that right.
Being a philanthropist, man.
They're good at being a philanthropist. God damn it!
You put too much English on it, dog. Chill, relax. He has a lot of money to give. Charity, charity work.
They're good at giving everywhere, except for at home sometimes.
Yeah. Well, I can't say that he doesn't give at home because again, I don't know exactly what he does regarding charity, and I'm sure he does a lot. But I get what you're saying.
Sure, but what I'm saying is, Bill Gates got hella buku, right?
Yep.
I know his charity, Bill Gates Foundation.
Right.
Right? And we need to see the JayZ or Sean Carter and Beyonce Foundation. We need to see that happening. Do whatever you want with the money, but we need to see it because you need to put back into the community because they're the ones that, gave him the opportunity by listening to his shit, by buying his shit.
JayZ's probably like, whoa, chill. Like, let me feel what it's like to have $900 million. All right, Bill Gates.
Before I have to give it away.
Bill Gates been had this money, so he's lived it. You know what I mean? So like, give me a break, goddammit. But
look, him and his wife already have over $1 billion.
Yeah, together combined, right?
Combined. So I mean, I can only imagine they're probably somewhere in the mid 1, maybe 1.5.
Yeah.
Whatever it is.
I always thought that Dre was the first billionaire rapper, but the way I guess everything kind of broke down, it was worth $1 billion, but he had to kind of break that up, so it really technically wasn't a bill. But JayZ, listen, Uncle Hov, he's getting close. That's gonna be all him, and that's something to strive for, That's something to actually see because. The one thing we like about JayZ, it wasn't all just production. And I feel like, Puff and Dre, even Birdman, like they're not rappers. Like they're rappers, but they're not what JayZ was, right? The quintessential hip hop artist that we all looked up to. And when you say who's the best rapper alive, you say Hov, right? You don't say Puff, you don't say Dre, you don't say nothing. You say Hov. Like Hov is that dude. So do you consider him now the GOAT? Because in my book, hands down, everything that he's been able to do, music, clothing, investments, and now about to top $1 billion on his own, I gotta put him in as the GOAT. I'm not talking about lyricist. I'm not talking about, nostalgic feelings of this is my rapper. This is the dude that if someone asks me, this is the motherfucker I like. I'm talking about overall, this man has to go down as the GOAT.
I mean, I don't know, man. It's hard for me to disassociate the lyrics from I'm not to say that he's bad because JayZ.
First of all, I'm not saying Memphis. I didn't mention Memphis Bleak. I said JayZ.
I know.
Relax.
I know you want to mention Memphis Bleak any chance you had, but no. I know. I get what you're saying, but to me, he's still. I mean, I'm glad that he made all the money he's made. I'm glad, right? Like. He wasn't, you're right, he wasn't just a producer in the background. He wasn't just, somebody that kind of skated. Nah, he lived it, right? He lived the life and he absolutely came up and has made more money than almost any human being has ever seen in her life.
Right.
So I'm not dodging him for that, but GOAT is kind of hard because I don't take finances as far as hip hop goes as into account when it comes to GOAT. Has maybe a very small part in it.
I feel like JayZ, the accolades, he's essentially kind of hit every part of hip hop. Every part of hip hop, JayZ is touched and done well with. So in my book, has to go down as the GOAT because he has music that makes you feel some type of way, music that you want to fucking get wild to. Shit that you just want to be slick with. It made you you felt cool listening to JayZ. You know what I mean? And Even now at like,
right.
How old is he? Like 67? Like at 67, he's still out here dropping fucking dope records. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Even though I didn't even like the 444 album. But, you know, like, what's nuts is I was thinking to myself, this is one of the fucking reasons why you don't leave 20% tips. Okay, this is why you're not out here dropping 20K. All right, motherfuckers. He's like, yeah, listen, let me get to a Billy first, and then I'll give you a 20% tip.
I mean, that's the whole thing. You don't make money by giving it away, right? Like that's rule number one in finance. You don't make money by giving it. So, but still, I mean, I don't want to even give those waitresses opportunity to even speak out of line, because that shit's out of line what they're talking about. I don't want to go back into it. That was last week, but you know, that's something else, man. That's something completely different.
Well, Khaled dropped a new song with JayZ and Beyonce, and I'm not gonna lie to you, dog. I feel like, as far as all this Billy talk and all this shit, I feel like the age is finally catching up to Ho, man. 73 is rough. And yo, Beyonce, I feel like Beyonce bodied him on the track. Yo, I was like, goddamn, Beyonce out here sounded 10 times better than JayZ. I'm like, what the, like, first of all, who wrote your rhymes? Because I need to give it up to that man. Because yo, you out here bodying JayZ, yeah, there's a problem going on.
Man, I gotta listen to that.
Yeah, man. So listen, hey, this whole 444 album, they're going on tour. You know, so listen
again.
Hey, Ain't no divorce happening now, bitch. You think I'm giving you half of my Billy? No. we staying together.
hey, Beehive coming at you.
But anyway, man, the other thing that we had going on was the Oscars. Mm-hmm. And now personally, I'm not that big on the Oscars. It's not really something that I wanted to watch. It's not something that I get into. Best Picture was The Shape of Water, and I hadn't even heard of that shit, to be quite honest with you. So when I heard about it, I was like, who? I say, wait, what? You mean Get Out didn't win? The fuck? But the biggest story, at least for you and I, Vic, was the representation of people of color throughout the entire Oscars was very, very prevalent. Mm-hmm. And even in The Shape of Water, you know what I mean? You have Guillermo del Toro, he directed the movie, right? And who else is Octavia? Was it Spencer? Whoever else is in it, she's in the movie also, I think. So, you know, how'd you feel about that, man? How'd you feel about actually having some representation, some actual color, no more bland chicken, just put a little spice in it? How'd you feel about that?
Well, I think you actually touched on the reason why you and I don't normally watch it. On top of that not being aimed at us anyway, right?
Right.
It's aimed probably at a primarily demographic for the most part, and I think for the most part, guys kind of just check in on the big shit, like, oh, who won the best picture? Okay, I got something to talk about at the water cooler tomorrow. But you know, I mean, I've never really looked into it because, okay, I've seen a bunch of movies, but I don't really care. But now that we have so much more diversity, at least in the mainstream movie making, there's a little more emphasis and a little more interest to look into the Oscars. Right. To see Jordan Peele have, what was it, 4 or 5 nominations alone, to see him winning
best screenplay.
Yeah.
You know, like that was huge. That was huge.
I think that's the second, in my opinion, it's the second best award you can get at the Oscars.
Next to Best Picture, yeah, absolutely. Next to Best
Picture, yeah,
absolutely.
So,
you know, I was watching the Oscars with my wife, and I was like, like, first of all, again, with Shape of Water, what the fuck? Like, some, you know, listen, where we're from, ain't nobody watching at least 90% of the movies that they talk about. Because I was sitting like, I've never heard of that. Some about Ebbing, Missouri. I was like, I don't know what the fuck that is. When I saw Get Out, I was like, oh shit, I saw that. They're talking about Coco, like, oh yeah, my wife saw that one. You know, so a lot of these movies, I was like, what the fuck? I don't know. Get Out should win all of it, you know. But
as far as I'm concerned, they deserve everything.
But with
animated, that said, fucking best short.
With that said, though, you know, Guillermo del Toro, a Mexican national, I guess if you want to call him. Mm-hmm. He directed The Shape of Water, won Best Picture. Jordan Peele won Best Screenplay for Get Out. Coco ended up winning. And you know who else was nominated, Vic? That I was bugging the fuck out.
Who's that?
Miss 411, Mary J. Blige. She came out in this movie called Mudbound. Yeah, she was nominated for like supporting actress. I was like, what the? I'm like, is that Mary? Like J. Blige? Like knee-high boots doing the WAP in every video? Doing the, no? Is that her? Like, yeah, yo, nominated for an Oscar.
Yo, that's dope. I didn't even know that. I didn't catch that part. I was kind of like checking in here and there, but oh man, was Method Man there with her?
No, man. Hey, listen, she coming a long way from them crazy ass commercials she was making about a couple years ago with the chicken dance, and I was like, oh, Mary, what are they doing to you? And then she started just singing, and I remember she was singing with what's his old lady's name? The fuck's her name? The president, the one that was about to be the president.
Fucking Hillary?
Motherfucking Hillary Clinton. Yeah, she started singing with Hillary, and you was like,
yeah. I was like, oh man.
No. I don't do it.
She fell far. Hey, she's making a comeback. This is the year of the comeback, Eb.
The year of the comeback. You're right. It is the year of the comeback, goddammit. But yeah, man, I was like, listen, Mary needs something because that Burger King commercial, I was like, yo, Mary, you must be struggling. But nah, man, apparently she did a really great job in Mudbound and she got a nomination for it. So, much respect to you. And of course, we can't talk about the Oscars without the Black Mamba being mentioned, Vic. Because he ended up winning, I believe, the best short film or best
it was like
best animated short film.
Animated short, yeah.
Kobe ended up winning a motherfucking Oscar.
Yo, and I saw somebody post today actually. It was a cartoon image of him putting an Oscar next to all the other trophies that he has. I thought that shit was so dope, dog. Like, say what you will about Kobe, but that man, he does everything to win. He does it to be the best, and if he doesn't win, I mean, so be it. But
quintessential competitor,
quintessential champion, man. Yeah. So you know what? That's actually when I started watching the Oscars. They announced that, and it was dope, man. It was dope.
Now there was a little controversy because, of course, gotta pull out the past. This whole Me Too movement's been popping, and they brought out the, hey, listen, Kobe had his little run-in with the rape situation, and I'm saying it was alleged.
Alleged.
Okay, all we know now is that he cheated on his wife. Okay. And so they were trying to knock him for that. Why are you giving these awards and it's Kobe? I'm like, look, first of all, it's Kobe. Okay. Number two, allegedly, he was never convicted of anything. Okay. And around these parts, unless you've been convicted of something and you're Kobe Bryant, then we won't continue to rock with you. And
well, you know what? I mean, I don't want to. I mean, this is a fucking old ass story, but it just seems like it didn't add up. You give the benefit of the doubt. As long as the story makes sense, and then there's evidence to back, and it just wasn't enough. It just didn't seem, I mean, we can't just go ahead and just jump on, on the word of one person and just ignore everything else. If there's evidence behind what you're saying, man, absolutely, we rock with you. I mean, that's what I'm about. Give me evidence. You right, I'm rocking with you. I agree with you.
Listen, the only reason that I would even consider that something may potentially have happened is that, Kobe came back looking like, my man, like, you got to win a couple championships if you want this shit to fall off. Because he came out like, listen, I'm about to win.
Like,
give me Pau Gasol and Lamar Odom and let me show you what I can do. Whatever it takes.
To me, he came back like, I got to do this because at any moment, this shit can take it away.
Yeah, and you know what they like to do, Vic. You know what they like to do.
Take it away.
Real quick. Take it away. And that's exactly what we're about to do, Vic. Let's go ahead and take a quick little break, and we're going to be right back.
Tune into Pale Dude, Poindexter,
Dale the Sauce King,
and Dom Ali.
Live on Moguls on Sports every Tuesday night at 7 p.m. on UrbanMogulLife.com for the most comprehensive and up-to-date news in the world of sports.
Hey. So that's right, y'all. You know what it is. It's the Buffet Boys. We back. Go ahead and check out Moguls on Sports, y'all. Always love it. Anyway, Vic, man, low. So I was perusing some headlines, and we've got a lot of shit going on in the world, and we be perusing. That's right. I'm out here, dog. I'm out here. Word of the day on my calendar. Don't stop fucking with me.
$10 words out here.
But the theme, I would say, in the last year or two, and I would attribute this to Trump bringing this to the forefront. One of the things that he actually has brought that in my opinion actually worked, even though I don't think he did it because he wanted to. It was just more of a byproduct of him being a piece of shit. Is that we've been talking more of inclusivity, right, across the board, right? Inclusive towards race, gender, sexuality, whatever it is, right? We have transgender movement, and we bang with all of it. You know what I mean? Do you be who you want to be? There should be no reason why you and I, Vic, determine why someone who feels that they're a woman can't be a woman, or vice versa. Man wants to be a man, right? Yep. But I feel we gotta pump our motherfucking brakes, dog, because there's just some shit that I'm like, okay, listen, when is this shit gonna stop? Okay, this shit needs to stop today.
That don't even sound good. That's not a good sound,
dog. So CNN put out this. CNN put out this story, and the term transracial,
oh shit,
was the main topic of one of their stories. And apparently, transracial is the belief that race, like gender, is a choice, and that essentially you can interchange. So you can be a white man, Vic, and say, nah, you know what, I'm African, or vice versa, I guess, or nah, I'm not white, I'm Filipino. And listen, man, it's very difficult for me because there are a lot of people out here that are out for this movement, and I don't know if I can fuck with this, because if I see you and you look like motherfucking Mr. Rogers and you out here like, nah, bangs in the trap, like, no you don't, sir. No, you don't. No. The fuck out of here. Nah.
Bangs in the trap.
No.
Well,
We're not doing that.
This is like the whitest thing I've ever heard in my life. Like, you know what? I've had enough of being white. I'm just gonna go ahead and be something else now.
Yeah, for real. It's kind of like when they take tacos and they put like motherfucking just something that doesn't go with that. Be like, no, sir, we're not gonna eat this with quinoa. No, just give me una tortilla and some lengua, and that's it. Get the fuck out of here. You know what I mean? Like,
no, do not put hummus on my taco. That shit's gross.
No, I don't want grilled fucking asparagus with my shit, please. No, I don't want kombucha. Give me an horchata, okay? I don't want that shit. Get the fuck out of here, please.
But okay, so you sent me the story, and I had a video attached of a bunch of people's like testimony on how they feel about themselves racially. Now, unfortunately, I didn't get the story right away. I had only gotten the video, and to me, I was really looking at these people as they were saying it, and I was like, wow, these people look really white. Come to find out, they were all really white.
They were all white.
They just felt like they were something. They felt like, you know, oh, I'm African American. And one lady was like, oh, I'm Arab American with, you know, Muslim background. And I was just like, really? Word?
Well, no, she was actually an Arab American that looked white, so she was trying to pass off as white.
Ah, gotcha. Okay. Well, in my head, I was like, man, she really looked like it. You see, and when I was watching it, my mind started playing tricks on me. I started seeing things that weren't there. I was like, wait a second, maybe. I was like, maybe he's just really, really light skinned. Like, light skinned.
Get the fuck out of here. No, man. Saying what's that dude? This ain't logic. You know what I mean? Like, no, that motherfucker was a white Caucasian man. And as a matter of fact, the guy you're bringing up, his name was David Matthews. He was actually a white Jewish man who considered himself to be black. And the crazy part about this is as they kept going through these people that they were interviewing, they all had one common theme, which was, I've essentially become successful because of my white privilege, and now I am choosing to be something else. Like, nah, it doesn't work that way. Like, yo, part of the struggle, part of the movement is that there is no privilege. That you don't get that. You know what I mean? Like, you don't be like, I'm successful, I got my own house now, and I'm doing pretty well. But I'm black now. Like, nah, get the fuck out of here. So I need to figure out, Vic, at what point do we stop and say, like, nah, my man, listen, like, I almost feel like weird because it's like I'm conflicted because we're in this like bubble where it's like, okay, if you feel that you're a man but you were born a woman or vice versa, you know, again, we have to give the benefit of the doubt, right? We have to be inclusive, and I'm all for that. But like, yo, if you look like fucking Andy Griffith and you're telling me that, like, now I'm really from St. Louis and, you know what I mean, like, I got my own charger and I'm dipping out, like, nah, like, motherfucker, you don't at all look like that. So, like, what do we do? Like, do we just have to be inclusive for this too and be like, yeah, sure?
Well, I mean, I guess the line is here right now. This is where the line is. Like, at least for me, like, nah, my man, like, there's certain things that go along with a certain hue that you got, that you don't got, you know? I mean, there's certain things that I've been through. Like, I don't feel like I've been through that much stuff racially. Like, I've been through some shit. But for other people, they'll be like, oh shit, that's a lot. To me, it's a normal, you know, it's a normal thing to have to live through, you know, getting called a wetback or getting called this and that because I'm brown and I'm unapologetically brown.
Yeah, you're pretty brown, Vic. You're pretty brown, Victor. Yeah, you're pretty brown.
I get nice. I get nice with my brown. So I embrace it. I lean into it. I love it.
Yeah. Listen, I've seen it. I know it, Victor. You're always fucking raving about the skin tone and how great you look in the sun. And like, I get it. Hey, like, chill.
Get chocolatey summers, Ed. You know what it is.
Yes. Okay. Continue.
But anyway, you know, there's certain things that come along with it that you have to deal with, that I've dealt with, that you've dealt with, that everyone in my family's dealt with, that every person of color has dealt with. Right. I shouldn't say every, but most. I want to say every because I feel like there's no way you've gone through 10 years of your life, if you're a person of color, and not have to deal with something racial.
Yeah. Yeah. You know what? Funny enough, for me, I've always had like this, I don't know, man. I'm not going to say I haven't been accepted by Latinos, but the point is that sometimes I feel like I've been more accepted by the black community more so than my own people. And I've had this conversation with you. Actually, I had it with you a couple weeks ago. In any case, I've always gotten mistaken. Every time I've been pulled over by the police, I always check off black, but my parents are Salvadoran. I'm Hispanic. I remember one specific time, and this was like that. This was overt racism. But to this lady, I feel like it was just so normal that when she said it to me, I was like, bitch, like you
word like that?
Like, oh, we just gonna throw that out? I helped this lady. This is when I was working at Bed Bath & Beyond in Pasadena.
She called you a good one?
Yeah, she called me.
Did she say you're a good one?
No, yeah, she said I was one of those.
No fucking way.
Yeah, so what ends up, she actually didn't say like the full word, but this is what happened. They're like, oh, this lady needs help to her car. And I was like, all right, well, I guess since I'm the biggest fucking guy here, I guess I have to help her. So I grabbed, the stuff, take it to her car. And she goes, it's so good that they still have some nice, young, strapping, colored boys like yourself to help me out.
Oh, shit.
Yeah, bro.
And I thought she was just going to call you a good one, but she called you a colored boy. Wow, okay.
Colored boy, yeah. And I was like, what?
Like, yo, I just helped you out here, and this is the way I get treated.
I was like, all right, cool. All right, well, fuck you, bye. And to be honest with you, that was probably one of the nicest ways of being overtly racist that I've ever experienced in my life. Yeah. But again, case in point is you can't not ever experience that nor ever been a part of that and then just all of a sudden just say, yeah, I bangs with this. Like, nah. you can't just switch off. And like I said, we talked about this guy David Matthews, who's a straight up Jewish man, consider himself black. Arab,
he looked like Nick Kroll, Ed. He looked like Nick Kroll.
He did look like Nick Kroll. Blue eyes. Oh, yep. God. And this other Sukaina Hassani, who's actually Arab, but she likes having to think that she's white. And she herself said that she says that having white privilege is awesome. Like, yeah, no shit. We've all been looking for that, like trying to get that. and then you have the other flip side, right? Like Rachel Dolezal. She's like she legitimately thinks that she's African. She changed her fucking name. And you got, and I was thinking like, yo, are there any Latinos or any black guys that just want to be white? And then I started thinking of like, yo, Sammy Sosa is literally that right now. Like that motherfucker looks like Shawn Wayne's stunt double in White Chicks right now. Like he looks fucking crazy. Like,
hey, don't bring Sammy up, dog.
Nah, fuck that. Sammy won't catch the smoke. Cause nah, fuck all that. Sammy is on some bullshit. He deserves every single bit of slander that comes his way. That man, I mean, I guess he's transracial. I guess do we have to be inclusive to this now?
But well, in that case, then Mike is transracial.
Who?
Michael Jackson, dog. Mike.
Yeah, dog. He turned into a white woman. We know that. But see, that's more of like a transgender thing. To me, that wasn't even a transracial thing. That was just like, I want to be.
I think you're tripping, dog. I think and it was both. Then in that case, it was
damn,
both.
Hey, he hit you with the double whammy. Y'all motherfuckers gonna accept me. So, what I'm trying to get at is this also a movement? Because it's real. I'm really hard pressed to be able to like acknowledge or even be honest. Like, how could I do that? How could we do that, Vic?
Well, I mean, it's hard, man. It's hard, right?
Yeah.
I don't see how. As much as I've looked into it, right? Because we've looked into it because of the whole Rachel Dolezal thing. This coming more into the mainstream lately. I just can't wrap. As much as I try, I can't wrap my mind around figuring out like how this could be okay. Because in my opinion,
because see, look, there's a big difference between being raised in the culture in a certain city in a certain block, and that's what you're surrounded around, right? And that's just part of your environment.
Yeah.
There's a completely different, like that's completely different than I grew up in Brentwood for 30 years, and then now, like, nah, I'm black. Like, no, you can't. Like, no, that's not gonna happen. That's like Trump saying like I'm black now. Like, no, you're not, sir. Like, no.
Well, I mean, the thing that was very interesting, as far as I'm concerned, is from this whole video and article, was the people that they were getting testimonials from. None of them were like, oh, it wasn't like the overt, like racist, like, oh, I'm from the hood, this and that type thing. Because I mean, as you and me know, as you know, and I don't think we talk about this enough. People of color span, like their personalities span as wide as anyone else, and we get pigeonholed in this kind of generality of all, you know, you need to fit this. Like, right. You're not Latino enough, you're not black enough, you're not this enough. Mm-hmm. No, motherfucker, I just have my own personality. Yeah. Right? And I think maybe by carefully weeding out certain people that they interviewed, this was kind of that. It was so like vast, and none of it was like absurdly racial, and it was just them saying,
it wasn't over the top. It wasn't like a stereotypical or like a stereotype that they were trying to portray.
It was just like normal 30-something, right? Like normal 30, 40-year-olds just saying like, oh yeah, no, guess. Or actually, there was one lady that was like 60, 65.
Yeah.
And they're just like, oh yeah, no, I
identify as black.
I identify as black. And it's just like, to me, it's like those words is just, unless you're black, you know, unless you have that lineage, you know, it doesn't work with me. In my head, it doesn't work.
But then that's like saying biologically, if you're a man, how does that work? Saying that you're a woman.
I mean, it could work differently because there's hormonal balances sometimes that, you know, are more like one gender than the other, and you're stuck in the, you know, wrong body, and you know, there's many different ways. I don't see. You know what? I want to understand this. I don't think I'll ever be like. I don't think I'll ever be like, yeah, I rock with it.
I would love to have an interview actually with someone who's like Mitch McConnell was like, yo, I'm black now. Like, no.
Nah, you're good, son. You're a fucking turtle.
You're a turtle. You're a reptile. Get the fuck out of here. You're not a.
I just don't know. I think this is a good question to ask. Like, yeah, can y'all wrap your head around this as a listener?
Can
y'all understand where they're coming from at all?
Can we be inclusive with this now? Is this something that we could be like, okay, you got transgender, And now you can also be transracial.
Ah, man. I don't know. I mean, because then again, a lot of people still don't rock with transgender. Some people don't rock with, homosexuality. So it's still kind of up in the air with a lot of things. Hey. But if you are inclusive, is this something you can be inclusive with?
Yeah, I'd be very hard pressed to be inclusive with this.
I don't see it. Right now, I'm a no. That's a no from me, dog.
Oh, shit. Well, anyway, man, listen. Speaking about gentrifying things and changing the culture, listen, man, I read this. I actually read this on Vice. New York barbecue is apparently taking the world by storm. And when I read this, I felt like this is a parody, right? Like, this is a lie. Because, barbecue, whatever your barbecue in Brooklyn is not the barbecue that I'm used to. This was like a minimalist picture of what barbecue could potentially be. Literally, they put a pickle, a Hawaiian roll, and like 3 slices of roast beef. And I'm like, ain't nobody, that's not motherfucking barbecue, bro. Like, that ain't, I don't know what the fuck that is, but that ain't barbecue. And if you guys are out here, again, trying to give me artisan barbecue, I'm going to tell you to get the fuck all the way out of here. Because I cannot.
Don't fuck.
My problem is that they're pushing this to other countries, and other countries will be like, oh shit, that American barbecue is lit. And I'm like, that looked like an Arby's sandwich. That shit is not barbecue. That shit looks disgusting.
Here's the thing, it could be good, right, taste-wise, but don't call it barbecue. Don't call it barbecue, because that ain't barbecue. Look, when it comes down to it, New York doesn't gotta jump on that wave, and this is one of the bones I've always had to pick with New York, Ed. They gotta be the best at everything. They gotta think they're the best, and they're not. They're not the best at everything.
Hey, chill.
Good at a lot of things.
Chill.
Look, hey, I fucks with New York, but come on. You guys don't do barbecue better than the South. Am I wrong?
The views expressed by Vic are solely his. I fuck with you, New York, Brooklyn, Bronx, Queens, and all the way in between, all the boroughs. Listen, we out here. I will tell you, though, that this is some bullshit, though, because that barbecue shit that they put on here is not barbecue. Now, this is my thing, though, Vic. The barbecue that they're putting on there, I don't believe is the hood barbecue. Because I was looking at this picture, and this shit looked like what they were trying to do to our pupusas, what they've already done to your tacos. You know what I mean? And essentially, gentrification, appropriation, all that good shit.
But
listen, Vic, imagine if I took you to a spot and I was like, yo, Vic, man, hey, this barbecue shit's on point, dog. You gonna love this shit. I'm telling you right now, flavorful. I mean, the fucking meat is off the chain. Like, dog, the fucking buns, man, you gonna love this shit. And then I take you to the spot and you get 4 strips of roast beef, a fucking Hawaiian roll, and a big ass pickle.
Well, I saw the picture, dog. That shit look great. Like, I'm not. Look, I'm not
Someone might get slapped. Someone might get slapped. Someone might get hurt.
I just like barbecue. I just like it. All right. Like, I'm not an expert. I just know what I like, and that shit did not look good to me.
Nope, not at all.
It didn't look terrible. And look, New York. Look, y'all are the best at delis. I got the best deli. Just call it some deli. A deli sandwich.
No, Vic. This is what I'm trying to tell you. I think there's a clear distinction here, okay? If we went down to the Bronx and we're like, yo, let's go get a chopped cheese, or you know what, let's get some rib tips or something, or some Chinese food. Yeah. It's probably not going to be what we would get now in, I guess, in the new Brooklyn. The new Brooklyn.
For sure.
The new Brooklyn looks...
Yeah, the new Brooklyn and fucking
the new Brooklyn is looking like downtown LA. It's looking like the new Inglewood. That's what it's looking like right now. All right, that's what it's looking like. You go, what was it with artisanal elotes? How do you artisanal? No, sir. No one wants cabbage on their tacos. Get the fuck out of here.
Out of here,
please.
Straight the fuck out of here.
Don't you ever in your life put no fucking cabbage on a taco for me. Ever. On a street taco at that. Don't do that. That's like...
What about a fish taco, dog? What about a fish taco?
That's different, though. We're talking... When we say street tacos, we're talking about asada tacos, right? Asada or you're nasty, but you like tripas and shit, and al pastor and lengua.
Nah. I like al pastor, dog. Al pastor is the shit, dog. Don't even start.
Whatever. Point is...
You're gonna lose your pass, dog.
What would you do if someone was like, yo, I'm gonna put some olives and I'm gonna put a little garnish? I'm like, no, fuck you.
Straight out of here. No, you're not. Just give me the taco. Just give me a tortilla with fucking meat on it.
And some cilantro. And
Point me
and
over
some
to
lemon.
onions, cilantro, lemon, and fucking salsa. I'm good.
Done. No need for any of the extras. I don't need any of the chipotle sauce. No. Get the hell out of here, okay? So
you want some chipotle, man? What that, my man?
And so I'm in my mind, I'm thinking like, yo, come on, they can't be doing this shit. They can't be doing this to barbecue because that's literally what they're pushing out to the world. I'm like, that ain't barbecue. I don't know what you call that, but that is not barbecue. Okay, barbecue entails your hands getting just filthy full of barbecue sauce, coleslaw, biscuits, some sweet tea that makes your fucking blood pressure skyrocket and your sugar levels just
ends.
Yes. Okay, that when you're done eating, you literally feel like you might be going into a diabetic coma. And whatever I saw there, I ain't fucking with that, Vic, at all. 100%. None.
Nah, man.
I need you. I need New York to take their city back. I need New York to take their boroughs back. Because y'all out here making some bullshit. And listen, if anybody comes out talking about we making our artisanal chopped cheese, I'm done. It's a wrap. It's over. There's artisanal gyros. Nah, the fuck out here. Make it, was it gyro, whatever the fuck they call it out there. Nah, listen, some shit needs to stay in the culture and be what it is. Okay, if you out here trying to make it vegan, if you're out here trying to change it, then maybe you shouldn't be eating it. Simple and plain. Yeah. If you got to change consistencies and you got to use fruit jack to make fucking tacos, then maybe you shouldn't be making this shit. All right, maybe you shouldn't be doing this. Leave it the fuck alone. Stop it. Anyway, man. Yeah, don't get it. Don't come between me and Vic. It's gonna be some problems. Okay. Oh, you know what? Real quick, I saw a place that was trying to make artisanal chicken and waffles, and I was like, "Sir,
get the fuck out of here!" Nah, man, get the fuck. Ah, man. Hey, don't. I can't, man. I can't. Nah,
again, listen, if y'all gotta go out of your way to fucking get agave syrup, like maybe you shouldn't do it. There's no reason to do it. Just leave it for what it. Leave it. If you want to taste it, then fucking eat it. If you can't, then don't eat it. Get the fuck. Go have a fucking go have some quinoa and jackfruit. Go have some of that. Okay?
Why you dissing jackfruit?
Dog, I remember. Don't even get me started. But anyway, man. Yo, what do you feel about these new reboots? Martin and the Fresh Prince are both slated to come back.
I think we kind of talked about the Martin thing already a little bit. I kind of feel the same way about both potential reboots. Yeah, they gotta tread lightly. They need to see if the people really want it. No, people don't really know what they want. That's the bottom line. When it comes down to it, people don't know what they want. How about they put a feeler out there, maybe 2 episodes, maybe 3 episodes. See if people are really checking.
Yeah, because you know what? Sometimes shit sounds good, but the end product, like, you know what? Maybe we can do without this. Like, I don't know what this whole Martin thing is gonna be. You know, you don't have Tommy, and they said they're gonna have a twist to it. Like, everyone's old; they're in their 50s. Like, what could you really talk about? The Fresh Prince reboot. Apparently, they're trying to spin it into the Fresh Princess, where it's gonna be a girl.
Nah, get the fuck straight out of here! What the fuck?
Yeah, I'm dead serious.
Did that with Boy Meets World, man.
100%,
just
dog.
did that with Boy Meets World.
Not lying, dog. I'm telling you, that's what they're pushing. And
I didn't watch a single episode of that.
Well, maybe not you.
Why would I want to do that? Why would I want to do that, Ed?
See, that's my thing. It's just like, listen, sometimes shows like that, Martin's a classic, Fresh Prince is a classic. You don't have to reboot them, man. Just leave them in the past. There's no, because you know what you're gonna do is you're gonna end up tainting it. You know what I mean? Like, you're gonna make it. It's just gonna be like, it don't taste the same. You know what I mean? It's like Jordan coming back playing with the Wizards. It just wasn't the same. It was just like, just leave it, man. You're the GOAT. You don't even have to do it no more. Just stay. Just stay. So
stay retired.
Yeah, man. I don't know how this whole. I don't know, man. I love Martin. You know, Martin is one of my favorite shows of all time. The Fresh Prince is just, again, it's a classic. And you could watch that. Literally, you could watch that show at any time, any day, whenever.
Yeah.
And it's like, are people really checking for that? Or is it just a nostalgic feeling?
I think people want it. I think they want it. They want to go back to that feeling of those episodes and, you know, see Will Smith crying about his dad.
Fuck.
It ain't gonna happen. It ain't the same. It's not the same. People have passed away from all these shows. It ain't gonna be the same. It's not the same.
Like, yo, Uncle Phil, like the real Uncle Phil, right? He passed away.
I think so.
Who are they gonna, like, who's gonna be Aunt Viv? Actually, well, I know it's not gonna be dark skin Aunt Viv because she got mad beef with everyone on there.
Yeah, as she should.
You know, she was saying some spicy shit. She called Alfonso Ribeiro Carlton a straight up hoe. Like, literally, word for word, called him a fucking, what do you call it? He called it an attention hoe. Some shit like that. Not whore, hoe. And he was just a hoe. And that he was Will Smith's asswipe. That he would do anything it took to make Will. I was like, God damn, lady, you ain't gonna work nowhere. You ain't gonna get no jobs.
Damn, she did it. She didn't get many jobs after that.
So I don't know, man. I guess they're gonna use the light skin of it. Like, I'm just trying to figure out, like, what are they gonna do? Like, what's like Little Nicky? Like, yo, is little? You know what? You remember Little Nicky, right? Like, is he Smoke DZA now? Because he looked just like Smoke DZA, Vic.
I don't know who Smoke DZA is. But
I'm gonna send you the picture, Vic, because listen, anybody that takes my joke, I know where it came from. Okay, check out Little Nicky. I honestly think Little Nicky is Smoke DZA now. So Smoke DZA might be on the Fresh Prince. And what's Hillary gonna do? What is Ashley gonna do? Like, what is Carlton gonna do? You can't be a cornball forever.
Yeah, you can. Yeah,
I guess you can.
Hey, I think he's continuing to be a cornball, hasn't he?
I just don't remember him in anything else. Like, I honestly thought that Alfonso Ribeiro was going to be what's the dude's name?
Screech? Dustin Diamond?
The guy that used to come out on all the improv shows, the black dude. And then
Wayne Brady?
Wayne Brady, dog. I thought Alfonso Ribeiro was going to be what Wayne Brady was. Because he was such a cornball. But whatever. It is what it is. It's done.
Damn, man, that's spicy, man.
So anyway, who's really checking for this? So are you checking for it? Obviously not.
Not me.
I don't even think I am. I'll watch it just for the simple fact that I want to see what's gonna happen. But I don't think I'm gonna be. But I did have a question for you though, Vic.
Oh yeah.
If you had an opportunity to reboot a show, what show would you want?
Ooh, shit. Reboot a show. Shit, that's a good one, man. I have to think about that.
It could be old, it could be new, whatever.
Oh man, me here in a pickle. I hate to say it, dog. I think I would want to go with an old cartoon, dog, that I used to watch.
What's that?
Because you can kind of make that more seamless. I would want to see the continuation of like the 90s Ninja Turtles.
Ooh, okay.
But it has to be that, because I know they've done other
yeah, they were whack as fuck. Like, it just had too much. Like, it was like, this is too much. Like, Leonardo looks like a fucking
CGI and
I ain't with that. But I feel it. Okay, you know, fucking a Ninja Turtles reboot. You know, man,
I would think that you would want a Martin reboot. That's what I would think.
I would, but like, I ain't trying to see like Cole's all fat, Pam's old. I kind of know the back. You know, you kind of know the backstory already of what happened in season 4 and 5, and now they're back. It just doesn't feel right. It's not organic. It just kind of feels like, oh yeah, we need some bread. Which, by the way, yo, Martin Lawrence is paid. I didn't know that he was worth so much fucking money. I was bugging out. I'm like, does he even really need to fucking, you know, do another fucking show or special? Like, he living life, dog. He's worth $110 million.
110 million?
I didn't even, dog. Listen, Martin is one of my favorite comedians. I had no idea he was worth that much money at all.
Damn.
So I'm like, you don't really got to do all that. He can chill if he wants to, but I don't know, man. If I wanted to see a reboot, I don't know, New York Undercover or some shit, maybe, you know what I mean? Do it all over again.
Oh, that's a good one.
Yeah, man. So, I don't know, but it kind of seems like the general consensus is that no one's really checking for this fucking Martin or Fresh Prince, which is going to be the Fresh Princess reboot.
What about a reboot of Hanging with Mr. Cooper?
Ooh,
anybody checking for that?
Oh shit! Or Homeboys in Outer Space. That was a premature ending. Or you know what? Yo, a reboot of the Wayans brothers.
Ooh,
that might work. I don't know, though. That might work.
Yo, Pop's got a little too old, dog.
Yo, you know what's funny? Pops he still looks pretty good. I think he's like 99 or some shit like that. Like, he still looks pretty good. Like yeah, he's still out here touring and shit. Yeah. All right, I think we're on to something. You should pitch something, Vic. We need Miami Vice, Vic. Me and you can be in this shit.
Nah, they've done that like 4 times.
No way.
Yeah.
Garbage.
You can't do it.
Well, whatever, dog. Maybe we gotta do a show where we're both in it, and we don't. I don't know. We gotta figure something out where it doesn't incorporate a lot of physical activity. So I don't know how that's gonna work.
Beavis and Butthead with Ed and Vic.
The fucking Hispanic version. Yeah, I like that.
You're gonna be wearing a Manaj shirt. I'm gonna have a Luis Miguel shirt on.
You gonna have a fucking what do the rockabillys be wearing, dog? Like them greasers and shit. Like you gonna be like that.
I'm gonna have a pompadour.
I'm just gonna have like long bangs and shit. Fucking slits in my jeans and shit. Like, oh no, dog.
Cigarette rolled up in the sleeve. Nah, my man, I'm good.
Oh shit. Oh man. Well, anyway, yo, Rick Ross.
Yeah.
Yo, that guy literally went from I got a cold to he was on life support. And I was like, what the fuck? Like, I swear, he went from being like, yo, he has like a chest cold to he's on life support to back at the house. I'm like, how? Like, all in a span of like 30 minutes. And for those who don't know, last week, reports came out that the young Renzel was on life support, that he was unresponsive. They went to the crib. He was drooling and shit, and that he could. And then at some point from that, an hour later, it went to they got breathing tubes and they got some pumping his heart, his lungs. I was like, what the fuck? And I was kind of bugging. I was like, oh shit, like damn, that's wild. Like I can't believe that.
Apparently, TMZ was clickbaiting a little bit, saying that he was on life support, but it was pretty much like machines, like giving him nutrients and shit, like IV nutrients and whatnot. So I guess that's supporting his life in a way.
Nah, dog. There's a big difference. There's a big difference between a fucking breathing apparatus and getting an IV full of Gatorade.
Of course. Of course. I agree with you. But, I mean, never let the truth get in the way of a good story. Yeah? That's rule number one in journalism. And, I mean, that was creative. At least it was a little creative. Like, that's as much as you can stretch it before it becomes an outright lie.
That's a little dirty though, dog. To put like that to put that shit out into the universe. Like, yo, he's on fucking life support, and it's just like, nah,
he's fine,
like,
ain't he?
I'm eating applesauce. Like, what are you talking about? Like, they gave me applesauce and some crackers, and they're giving me some like an IV fluid drip. Like, what do you mean? You know what I mean? Like, that's fucking crazy to me, dog. Like, at first they said that he had a heart attack, and I guess TMZ kind of worked it pretty well because you would like be like, oh yeah, he probably could have got a heart attack, right? Like he's been losing weight.
Boy.
He's a big boy. It happened to Pun. You know, Pun lost a gang of weight and then he died of a heart attack. Like, oh shit. Like, yo, is it happening to Ross? You know? And they ran with the story, Vic, and damn near every other media outlet ran with this shit too. You know? And they were just out here like, oh shit, like the stock for wings and pears just dropped. And I'm just like, what? Not my man Rose. Like, I was shocked. And then like 30 minutes later, I guess someone put out a tweet like, yo, I just spoke to him, like he's cool. He's watching the People's Court right now, and everything's fine.
Shit. A man after my own heart, dog.
But they kept pushing the fact that he was on life support, and I was like, damn, that's fucked up. So listen, man, that kind of had me a little worried because, you know, listen, the way I kind of gauge my what's it called, my health is I kind of compare myself
whether or not you had a heart attack or not.
Yeah, and I compare myself to these dudes. They're like, yeah, he's pretty fat. He's, you know, around my size, 6'7", and he's my age. Like, damn, that motherfucker had a heart attack. Like, oh fuck, man, I gotta put this burger down. Fuck, like, nah, man,
tomorrow.
Like, I still got another day. He got it, right? Like, yeah, man, like, I mean, what the fuck, yo? Like, that's I just thought it was a little fucked up that they went that far just to push a fucking story on someone. And yo, a lot of people
it was fucked up, man.
Yeah, a lot of people out here were sad as fuck, dog. Like all the comments were like, nah, not Rose. And some people were jumping out the window.
Mine was a sad Rose grunt.
Oh. Some people were jumping out the window like, nah, if you take him, take me. I was like, chill. Like, what the fuck? Nah. Like, yo.
He gonna be up there rapping with Jimi Hendrix and Bob Marley.
Nah. Relax. He gave us Maybach music. Motherfucker didn't cure AIDS. Okay, relax.
Hey, that's a hood classic right there, man.
It is, but motherfuckers right here like, yeah, no, if you take him, take me too. I'm like, what? Nah, my man, like, chill. Like, I don't think Ross wants that for you. Like, it's fine. Like,
what about your family, son?
Yeah, for real. Like, nah, fuck that. They don't need me. Ross needs me. I need to listen to all Maybach music 1, 2, and 3. The remix with Drake. I need that. Pineapples. I need it. No. So, you know, the funny thing was that, I mean, I don't even say the funny thing, but that, to me, that wasn't the biggest story, right? Because once I found out, I was like, he's fine. He's Gucci. I can continue eating my cheese. But, yo, man, there are some people in this world that are petty as fuck. They hold grudges. Sound like a Scorpio. But coming in close second is Cancers. And you know this because your brother, he's a Cancer. And you know how your brother gets when someone crosses him? Victor,
you listening, Carlos?
He crosses them out of his life forever. So
permanent marker.
You know, listen, Rick Ross has a couple people that he doesn't fuck with, you know, mainly Birdman, a couple other ones, but another one is 50 Cent. And the one thing about 50 Cent is he does not give a flying fuck what you think.
Not one. Nope.
He will wish death on your kids, on your wife, on his own kids. Like, this motherfucker does not care, dog. Like, you call this a rap.
You're right. You're right. On his own kids, too.
So when he put this Instagram post up, to me, it wasn't that big of a shock, right? But I can understand why some people were feeling some type of way. So 50 Cent found out that Rick Ross was essentially about to perish, or, you know, fake news perish.
So we thought.
And this motherfucker jumps on his IG and posts a picture of Drago from Rocky IV with the caption of, "If he dies, he dies." That's right. Yo, what the fuck is up with that?
He dies.
I'm thinking to myself like, yo, this motherfucker is a savage. Absolutely zero chills. Don't give a fuck about none of that. Like, yo, like, I you know, listen, maybe it's just because, you know, because of how we grew up or how we understand, you know, like, to some people that might be like, wow, how could you wish death on that, or how could you not care? But you know what, man? Listen, some beef, especially some hood beef, yeah, that could go pretty. Yeah, that's pretty
forever.
It could be forever, ever. And it's just like, yo, he died. Cool, okay. Hope his baby mama dies too next.
Here's another thing that's, I think, even more important in this case. It was funny. And funny trumps all, like, anything that can be a little taboo or a little, like, out of line. If it's funny, it kind of gets the pass.
Yo, it's just, the thing about this guy is just that he just doesn't give a fuck. That's the problem.
Nope.
And usually when people got beef, right, and the other one's about to die or he dies, it's always like, you know, damn, sorry, blah, 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 whoop-de-whoop, and they move on, right?
Or at least you stay quiet.
Yeah, you just don't say shit. But there's some motherfuckers that don't care, dog. It's just like, cool. I'm glad that motherfucker died. As a matter of fact, I've been waiting for him to die. And, well, there you go. You having your fucking chicken wing shakes, and there you go. Look at you. You're dead.
And we're gonna throw a party when he's dead.
which to me, sometimes, you know, I always get caught in the middle here where, like, when people talk shit about Tupac, right? And they're like, oh, this man's dead, and da-da-da-da. Like, a part of me understands. It's just like, listen, man, some beef and some grudges, they just run deep forever. You know what I mean? Doesn't matter if this person's here or not. It just is what it is. So, listen, man, do you think, Vic, that 50 Cent went too far with this post?
Like I said, if it's funny, it's never too far. And I deem this post funny. As a matter of fact, I thought it was hilarious. I gotta say, man, you know what? I like Rose. I like Ricky Ross, man, but it was funny. It was funny to me, so I don't think he went far enough.
God damn, Vic.
I think he could have gone funnier on top of that. So
yeah, he could have. He could have definitely gone further with that. But like, yo, man, that's like you said, man. Sometimes we just stay quiet, but like at the other times, like fuck it. I've been in this deep for years with this motherfucker, so fuck him. Fuck his kids, fuck his baby. And you know what, man? Like you said, that hood beef, sometimes, man, you can get downright disrespectful. And I've heard some very disrespectful shit. Like, yo, fuck your mama, fuck your dad and mama, fuck your daddy, fuck your forefathers, fuck your cockeyed son, fuck your ugly bitch. I hope you all die. And when you die, I'm gonna piss on you. Like, yo.
Oh,
like,
your
man,
baby's ugly.
your baby's ugly as fuck. Little cockeyed monster. Like, what you need to do is you should have just fucking strangled him to death. Like, shit like that. Where he's like, God damn, okay.
that shit's kind of far, but when it was personal. It's not like he went after his Rose's kids and like, didn't mention him at all. He went straight for him. Now, if he said something else about someone else, then maybe, he'd be out of line another time. Because he's been out of line with his own kid. Like, bottom line, with his own kid and his baby mama, like, he's gone way too far. But in this particular case, shit was funny. Didn't even go that far. It was quick, boom, funny, done.
If he dies...
Maybe he already knew, Ed. Maybe he already knew that was going to be cool.
That's what I was thinking about. Maybe he already knew that he wasn't even dead. Or maybe he did it. I don't know. The point is, he does whatever the fuck he wants. And you can't tell 50 shit, apparently. 50 does what he wants to do. So this is the question we posing to y'all. Do you think 50 Cent went too far with this shit? Do you think he finally crossed the line? Or is it, that's 50. He gonna do it regardless. And, some beef is everlasting.
Forever.
Forever.
Oh, man.
Ever.
But yeah, I don't know, man. Like I said, if it's funny, it passes. But, oh, shit. So, Ed, while we're talking, this is going to be the music episode, I guess. There was something that came up on Double XL.
Oh, shit. Double XL still out here?
Yeah, it's still a magazine somehow.
It's just still a syndication. God damn. It's Benzino. Benzino was the source. That's what was doing. They are stabbing fucking Paul Pierce and running the source. And all of this with no shoulders. This man is a fucking triple threat.
No shoulders, stabbing people, running fucking
the source
magazine.
5 mics.
So anyway, in the Double XL, there was an interesting interview that was done, and it was of Waka Flock and Flame.
Oh,
maybe we
shit.
haven't heard in a little bit.
Waka
Flock. But essentially, what it came down to was him saying that he was the GOAT when it comes to trap music.
Yeah. Nah.
And I know you have some feelings about this.
Listen, man, he was trying to he said that his new album was literally going to make him the godfather of trap. And I'm like, sir, no. Not going to happen.
Wait a second. We already have that. His name is T.I.P.
Yeah. All right. And after that, you're pretty low on the totem pole there, sir. Like, you are not top 5. I would even say top 10. I would say maybe top 15, and that's in a specific genre of rap. That's not even like, rap as a whole. Like, Vic, the only songs that I can even think about this guy are the one that you love, which is that remix, the Let's Do It remix. You love that shit. I remember you played that shit.
Okay, so we were talking about this, right? And I brought this song up, and in my head, I'm like, wait, how's he gonna be the GOAT? How's he gonna be the godfather of trap music if in that song he gets bodied by Diddy? First of all, we don't even have to go much further than that, but I will. He gets bodied by Diddy, he gets bodied by Rick Ross, and he gets bodied by Gucci. Get the fuck out of here. You can't. That's one of his biggest songs. Got bodied by 3 different people.
You forget that he's even on the song, to be honest with you.
He's the worst part of the song. He's the worst part of the song. Like, keep it 100. Like, he's the worst. That song is fucking fire. I love that shit.
I know you love that shit, dog. You played that shit out so with Bobby Teeter, bro. Just a ditty, bopping let my jet.
And my new jet. Oh, shit.
Yeah, man, that shit was...
Don't say it's not fire, dog. Don't pretend. Don't pretend.
Listen.
Other than that song, I can only think of like one other, and maybe it's because I didn't look into it that much, but other than Hard in the Paint and Oh Let's Do It, I can't name any other song that's just him.
Yeah, he had another one that was okay, which was, what was that one jam that he had? Make It Clap or some shit like that. That was it. That was the only one.
No, you're right.
And that was a pretty fire song, but that's three joint song. And like you said, man, yo, the Oh Let's Do It, which I honestly feel is probably his biggest song. That's, I go, Hard in the Paint. But I check for the remix more, dog. And everyone on that has dope verses. Just funny verses.
Yeah.
If Diddy bodies you on any track, then you need to start reevaluating if you're the godfather of anything, sir.
That's my point. Like, all right, let's say Diddy went hard on the song, which he did. I give it to him. Like, that's one of the better features I've seen him in. And bodied him. Like by far, like, okay, Rose was dope on it. Gucci was dope on it. And it's just kind of like, oh, this is Flocka's song? Nah, my man. Nah.
Pimpin' in my convo. Bitches come in combos. Pictures of Christopher. Condo. Oh, listen! If you out here reciting Diddy rhymes, sir, no, you you bugging. Listen, I think Waka is cool. But you can't be the Godfather when there's like 6 other Godfathers ahead of you. Okay, like T.I. got off top. You got to put T.I. trap, right? Trap music at least.
Hey,
Gucci is a close second. You know what I mean? Like Gucci. I would kind of even slant going towards Gucci because he's been in it so long. He's been doing it for such a long time, and he stuck with it. He didn't change up. He never flipped.
His shit's a little more grimy too. Like T.I. is a little more polished. Not to diss him or anything, but Gucci's kind of raw. I mean, he did a track from a fucking jail cell, but the remix with him and Lil' Kim. I'm trying to think what the song was.
The
bump, bump, bump. Damn, I can't remember what that is. I'm gonna edit that shit out.
A Freaky Girl? No?
Yeah, it's Freaky Girl.
Yeah, Freaky Girl. Yeah, Freaky Girl. Okay. Yeah.
He did it from a jail cell, and like, look, like I like T.I. but
yeah.
I mean, he's up there. But Waka ain't on that level. He had, like I said, as far as I'm concerned, he's got like 3 songs.
Bro, after Gucci, you would say JayZ. That's 3 right there. JayZ alone is taking the cake. You could even argue that he could be the fucking godfather. And then after that, 2 Chainz. Like, I would put 2 Chainz way above fucking Waka Flock.
Yeah.
2 Chainz has more, like, he's been around longer. He's actually, like, yo, wasn't Waka Flocka doing fucking EDM songs, dog? What the fuck? Get out of here. First of all, you got Bob Marley doing EDM songs. Now you got Waka Flocka doing EDM.
Man. I thought I forgot about that already.
You can't go back and forth. You can't go back and forth. That's bullshit. You can't go from doing EDM songs and now saying that I'm going to be the godfather of fucking trap music. No, like, sir, Project Pat, okay, is more of a fucking, I'm sorry. It is what it is. But, I mean, like you said, Vic, you told me earlier, listen, as a rap artist, outside of rapping, your other job is to let people know how fucking dope you are and how ill you are and how you're the best.
Yeah.
And that's just part of hip-hop. I get that. But I think you need to know your limitations. If you've only had 3 hits ever, and you have to remember, all these other rappers that we just named, Vic, have hits that were still trap, that were still grimy, that touched the masses.
Damn. Okay.
And more than 1, more than 2, more than 3, more than 4, T.I. has an album full of trap shit that was dope. JayZ has an album full of trap shit that was dope. 2 Chainz has albums of trap shit that was dope that hit the masses. And same thing for fucking Gucci. There's too many to count. Gucci had fucking albums that went to the masses, not 1 or 2 songs. Okay, so ain't no way that
discography. all his albums.
Can't do it, dog. Can't do it. So listen, man, I like Waka. I bang with some of his shit. But again, you got to know your limitations. You got to know what you say. Everybody got to roll. You got to play.
All we're saying is cool it, man. Cool it.
Cool it now.
Cool it now. Ooh, look out.
Well, anyway, man, yo. I think that's the end of our show, dog. Episode 59.
Hey, flew by real quick, yeah?
So fast. So quick. So fast. About to jump in. I'm buy a Tito Burrow, dog, just so I can diddy bop and land my jet. Yo, listen, that's when you know you made it, Vic, when we can fucking get the clear port, all right?
Yeah.
Flying us out over podcasts.
But anyway, you guys can find us on our social media, Buffet_boys on Instagram and Twitter. Make sure you let us know what y'all think about those topics. And you can also find us on our website, BuffetBoysPodcast.Tk. Can't afford the.com yet. You can also follow all our network podcasts on the UML network, UrbanMogulLifeNetwork.com. And
so yeah, man, you know what it is. Episode 59. Okay, we out here banging for the culture. Support your local minorities, people. We already told you. Big shout out to the UML network and all the podcasts.
Yeah.
We got something cooking for y'all very, very soon. So stay tuned. We're going to be back next week, as always. Podcasting for the culture, bringing more knowledge for your brain, more culture for your soul, and more bullshit for your week. It's your boy, the Salvadoran sensation, Eb.
It's your boy, the dick pic sender, Vic.
Man, let's get the fuck out of here, dog. Peace.
Peace.